Subscribe now. EU Debates.
Why it is important to bring Latin American leaders into the conversation about responding to Kremlin aggression in Ukraine?
It's self-evident, no? It's self-evident, but it's a good occasion for you, Dimitro, to explain to Latin American people what this war represents, because people today are much more concerned about the consequences of the war than the causes of the war. People don't care a lot about, yes, okay, Russia, very bad, to invade the neighbor, these kinds of things should not be happening, but look, which are the consequences of that? And for the Latin American region, the consequences are very bad. The lowest growth rate in the world, the lowest, just 1.8. The highest inflation rate on the last 15 years. A big bust on the extreme poverty and the risk of famine. There were 4 million people before the pandemic, 8 million after the pandemic, almost 30 million now. So the economic shock is very big, transmitted through the channels of prices, energy and food. Not gas. Gas is for us Europeans. For them is oil and food, and mainly fertilizers. So the region is in big stress. And the financial problems, high interest rate, just another figure. The region has lost on capital outflows twice the amount of special growth. Twice. So we have explained to the region that this is happening, but is not the consequences of the sanctions. It doesn't work. It's not the consequences of the sanctions like the Russian narrative want to convince people around the world, but the war itself and the blockade of Ukrainian grain and fertilizers. So this is a good moment to keep in touch with our Latin American friends and to make them to engage more politically. Certainly in Latin America, only 3 countries, the usual ones, Nicaragua, Venezuela, and Cuba, abstained, not even voted against in the United Nations, only abstained. All others were very much supporting. But this support was decreasing when it came the moment to tell Russia out of the Human Rights Council. And there is a certain feeling, I've been talking with my colleagues, about can we bear the consequences of this war? And in this case, which is the way out? Because people want the war to finish and finish soon, but how? And we have to defend the idea that Russia cannot win this war. Russia cannot invade the neighbor and get some part of it. This is the important message that you have, I think, that we have to pass to the international community, and most especially to Latin America. And we will support Latin American countries on the green revolution, digital revolution, facing the challenges of food insecurity. Everything will be on the table, but now what we need from Latin American people is a strong commitment to support international law, to support the inviolability of the borders, the territorial integrity, the sovereignty. Latin American people are very much attached to it because they have been suffering in the past attacks to their sovereignty and territorial integrity. So this is a good moment to show that these principles are universal, they are value for everyone, and in particular for a country like Ukraine in this very, very challenging moment.
Thank you.